Earth. Genuinely a top 4 planet. The only place in the known universe capable of supporting human life. For now. You see, Earth is getting hotter every year. And not in the good Paul Rudd sort of way. In a way that means more extreme weather events, floods, wildfires, and just overall bad vibes. We have to turn these vibes around. And we don't have a ton of time. It's going to be one of the most important things we do, or don't do, in the next few years. And it starts in your state. That's right, yours specifically. Looking at you, Scott. This is the state of the climate crisis. Paris 2015. The nations of the world gather to sign a groundbreaking treaty to head off climate change, slash emissions, and limit global temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius. It was a moment full of la hope. But then, something super weird happened. America elected a little-known game show host named Donald Trump to be the president of America. And one of the first things he did was pull the United States out of the Paris Agreement.
I never understood wind, and I know windmills very much.
We don't know what he was talking about either, but the point is, in the face of perhaps the greatest threat to human civilization in 100 years, the leader of the free world had decided to stand up tall, summon all his patriotic spirit, and rally the nation to do nothing. Fortunately, not all was lost, because of, you guessed it, governors. On the very same day Donald Trump said au revoir to the Paris Agreement, a group of Democratic governors founded the U.S. Climate Alliance. Their mission? To keep their states on track to meet or exceed the goals set out in the Paris Accord. So while President Trump was busy making it easier for polluters to pump carbon dioxide into the air and dump toxic chemicals into your drinking water, Democratic governors were hard at work setting ambitious 100% clean energy goals, accelerating policies for zero-emission vehicles, proposing regulations to cut harmful air pollutants, and generally continuing to address the climate crisis like normal, responsible adults. And now, with an ally in the White House, they're putting some of the most ambitious climate-fighting plans in U.S. history into action. Just a few months ago, Washington Governor Jay Inslee, a founder of the U.S. Climate Alliance, signed the landmark Climate Commitment Act, which sets the most ambitious limit on climate pollution of any state in the country and puts Washington on track to be a net zero emitter by 2045. While Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a law making Illinois the first Midwestern state to transition to carbon-free energy by that same year. Maine Governor Janet Mills is working to put tens of thousands of electric vehicles on the road and create 30,000 clean energy jobs in the next 10 years. Governor Gretchen Whitmer just announced a $7 billion investment in electric vehicle manufacturing in Michigan. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper has committed to slashing emissions in half by 2030. Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak signed a law pledging to move to 50% renewable energy by that same year. And California Governor Gavin Newsom recently kicked off a plan to invest nearly $4 billion in putting enough zero-emission vehicles on the road to end the sale of gas-powered vehicles by 2035. Not only will these moves help forestall the total destruction of human civilization, they will create thousands of good-paying green energy jobs.
This is an economic boon, and get on the train.
Thanks, Governor Cooper. When it seemed like all was lost, Democratic governors kept America's climate progress on track. And now, thanks to President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law, they have the resources to take even more aggressive climate action on the local level. So, is the apocalypse canceled? Maybe. 36 states will elect a governor in 2022. Your state is probably one of them. We already know those elections will determine the future of voting rights, healthcare, reproductive rights, and so much more. But President Biden's ambitious climate agenda is also at stake, with Republican governors already vowing to fight it every step of the way. Like Greg Abbott, the Republican governor of Texas, who's already promising to challenge President Biden's climate change fighting policies in court, or Paul LePage, a Republican running for governor of Maine. Not only does he think that humans aren't responsible for climate change, he once said global warming might be a good thing. We need to make sure we elect Democratic governors all across America who will fully and aggressively confront climate change, put our fiery doom off indefinitely, and make sure that Earth finally gets the respect it deserves. Hey, look at that. Moving up in the universe.